Hi everyone, welcome to Heliospace. My name is Ako from Heliospace, and today we're going to talk about why we are so confused about masculinity and femininity in the modern world. Now, before I go ahead and dive deeper into this subject, I want to emphasize that some of the things that I will be discussing in this video are not just the factors that affect or are creating this type of confusion. There are many other factors, but I'm only going to discuss a few here. All right. Now, before I dive deeper, I want to say this. And I believe that it is very important for all human beings to accept this simple fact. We are all human beings, and therefore, naturally, whether male or female, we all seek to have self-determinism. We all seek to have freedom of choice. We all seek to have autonomy. And we all seek to have some form of standing for what we want to enterprise in life, in what we believe in. But historically speaking, because for many centuries, humankind has depended on physical strength to achieve a great deal of things. And because biologically, women, generally speaking, aren't as strong as men. Men have been able to control society, fashion society to their advantage, and as a result, relegated women to roles, some that are natural and many that are imposed, many that are against their biology or their state of being, many that were set up in place to prevent them to have access to certain traits or roles that men had as men dominated society. This is not to speak against men. This is just historical fact. Hence why we have predominantly patriarchal societies rather than matriarchal societies. And I will emphasize that there have been matriarchal societies in the course of human history, and there are still some, but very few left. Okay? So, many things changed or started to change with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, mainly in the Western world, which has changed a great deal in the role of men and the role of women, thereby affecting what may have been seen or believed to be masculinity and what may have been believed to be femininity. Right? Essentially speaking, just use this simple metaphor: apple trees, apples, orange trees create oranges. So, if certain traits were germane to women, they would never have been able to express it after the Industrial Revolutions, or as women started entering the workforce and had more rights and therefore the freedom to express certain traits that were traditionally assigned to men. All right. So, where am I going with this? What I'd like to say in regards to that is there are certain traits that have been expressed or that have been traditionally assigned to men that are rooted in ego and narcissism more so than natural human trait. Things like strength, courage, independence, leadership, assertiveness. These are not male traits. These are natural human traits that both men and women have. It's just that women, traditionally speaking, have not been allowed to exhibit or express that, historically speaking. And as women have more freedom and able to express that, then is causing some men to assign or label such women masculine women. Now, there is another reason why some men are assigned when women exhibit those 5 traits. They tend to call them masculine women. Now, in my point of view, women expressing those traits doesn't make them masculine women. It's sometimes the way that they express it that causes some men to view them as masculine women. The simple reason is that, historically speaking, there hasn't been a lot of powerful women compared to men. And society hasn't encouraged or created a blueprint to become powerful as a woman. There's much more of it for men. So as women became able to express themselves, to create more self-determinism for themselves, to create more freedom of choice for themselves, more autonomy for themselves, they started gravitating toward examples or blueprint of male power rather than feminine power, because that is what is available for them. Of course, there have been many powerful women, but there isn't enough literature on them, enough literature as to how they achieved what they achieved and how to be a powerful woman, rather other than being a powerful man. So many women just gravitate toward examples, references, and blueprint of masculine power rather than feminine power. So this is what is creating what some men will call masculine women. But in any case, because women are now able to create all this autonomy for themselves and able to express some of those traits that they may not have been able to express long before, it's creating confusion as to what is masculinity and what is femininity, and creating, of course, what we now call gender neutrality. Also, as a result, is making some women believe that there's such thing as men and women being equal, while feminism earlier or at its infancy has been about equal rights, is slowly turning or being redirected into equality between genders, which cannot happen biologically, which biology, I should say, otherwise contend to, as men and women. Men behave differently than women psychologically, biologically, and hormonally. Now, the last thing I want to bring to this table is the rules of survivability have changed. The advent of the industrial revolutions has changed the workforce, have changed across the board and intermingled roles that were assigned to women and roles that are assigned to men. And of course, as I said earlier, which is creating this type of confusion that you see expressed in many circles, in articles, and online. Now, I am not saying here that there are certain behavior traits or way of thinking or way of approaching society that are not germane to men and that are not germane to women either. There are some abilities or behavior traits that are germane to men, fundamentally speaking, and that are germane to women as well. But these things called strength, courage, independence, leadership, and assertiveness, even dominance is not germane to only men, is also germane to women as well. These are natural traits that both men and women embody. What has gone wrong is that those natural traits has been sold to men as something that is only available for men. But it is available for all human beings. Even in the animal kingdom, all these traits in mammals are exhibited in female and male as well. So there is a female way to exhibit strength, courage, independence, leadership, and assertiveness, and there is a male way to exhibit strength, courage, independence, leadership, assertiveness, and dominance. It's just that many women now are using the male way of expressing it rather than the female way of expressing it, because there isn't enough examples of women expressing those behavior traits because of history. So I'll stop here. I hope that this information was useful to you, and just to clarify a little bit why there is these things called gender neutrality, the alpha female stuff, and the masculine female stuff that many people are discussing online, and these are all centered within this confusion about what masculinity is and what femininity really is. If you have any question or comment, please leave them below. If you have not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, and by all means, if you have friends that will benefit from subscribing to my YouTube channel, by all means invite them to subscribe. Until next time, have a good day and take care. Bye bye.